Okay, so in the Kalahari Desert, there is a bird that's called a drongo that likes to eat in the morning, has breakfast, but on winter mornings, it cannot find the flying insects because insects don't fly in the morning in the cold. So what it learned to do is to make the sound of the meerkat central. So whenever the meerkat finds some food, the drongo makes the sound of alarm. The meerkat leaves the food and runs for its life. So really, the outcome is a good breakfast. And this is a trick, right? This is cheating. And I don't know if you're aware, but people cheat too. No? They cheat in sports. They cheat in exams. In fact, in some places of the world, they cheat with help from parents and relatives. This is news from the state of Bihar in India, where the kids were taking exams inside and the parents were hanging on the windows to give them helping sheets. There were a lot of arrests after this, imagine, even in India. But the most interesting outcome is that when they had the exam for the army recruits, they didn't have enough people to frisk 1,000 candidates for the army, so they stripped them naked, they put them in the field, they gave them the tests, and they had them take the test in the panties. Might not work in Germany in summer even. So people cheat in games, and with or without help. In video games, they cheat a lot. And why it matters? It matters because the cheating industry, the gaming industry is huge. It's $91 billion as of 2015. So it costs money if you allow people to cheat. How do people cheat? Well, first, gamers cheat even in single-player games. But how do they cheat? They cheat by downloading a piece of software that enables them to have supernatural powers. Those are, for example, seeing through walls in shooting games, or spinning robots are called, where they spin automatically, or aiming bots, where they aim automatically with a piece of software such that the human doesn't have to do this. Why do they do it? Well, for fun. This is the main reason, to go over the levels of grit such that they get to the fun levels. And they have help from not the parents this time, but from the cheat industry, which is extremely lucrative. So basically this is a site that was undetected for 7 years, not the site, but the cheats they made. You could pay a €30 membership per month, and you were given immunity. It was running in kernel level, so it was a very serious cheat. There are many other cheats. So what does the gaming industry do in order to prevent these cheats from happening? They are developing tools to detect cheaters, and then they have various actions. Some of them prevent cheaters from playing, so they basically cancel the game. The cheaters will have to buy again the game. They will cheat again, they'll buy again. Others are marking their profiles with a label that is permanent that says back ban on record. For example, this is Team Community on the profile of the user. So this stays forever. It's a label that you have for the rest of your life. With this label, you might not be able to play on some gaming servers. So what did we do? We tried to see how the cheating behavior spreads through the social network. And we looked at Steam, which is one platform for selling games and for people to create social networks in the gaming, and GameMe, which is a website that shows real-time statistics on gaming. And what did we learn? If we take a group of cheaters, a very dense group of cheaters from the social network, and we look back in time, 5 days before, and 10 days before, 30 days before, what you see here is all reds, what you see, which is cheaters, a lot of cheaters, but they started from mostly green with a few seeds of cheaters in between. So there is a social contagion at play, and we saw it mathematically that it's in place. Who are the cheaters? Well, the Northern Europeans are the best. The average is 7% for the entire population of 12 million accounts we looked at. Sweden, Denmark, Norway, 14%, double the average. The Germans are not bad either. They are number 4 in this list of 12. And what do we see about cheating? Who's yawning now? Cheating is like yawning. If you see it, you do it. If you see people cheating before they are labeled, before they are punished, you are more likely to cheat. We saw this in the data sets. However, if the cheaters are in the opposite team, you keep your you don't want to cheat. So it's less likely to cheat if the cheater is in the opposite team, you're more likely to cheat if the cheater is in your team. And who is cheating? We looked at the levels in the game. These are the highest ranked, the lowest ranked players, the highest ranked players, the lower ranked players. And the y-axis is the proportion of cheating. So the Trabant drivers and the Bugatti drivers are the most likely to cheat. The middle class are the fair ones. So who makes the cheat industry profitable? Don't play with cheaters. If you play, you pay. And of course the highly ranked and the low ranked players. All right, thank you.